This video I'd like to talk about monsters. Those bipedal monsters get around on 2 feet like a human, but are far, far from being human. Creatures like the skunk ape, dogman, Bigfoot, the loup-garou, all kinds of strange creatures. One we'll talk about tonight is the Honey Island Swamp Monster. The Honey Island Swamp Monster made its first appearance around 1963. Two hunters were out and they spotted this creature prowling around the swamps. They checked the tracks and they were three-toed, webbed feet. Now, this honey monster is one of the primates type creatures that can live in the swamp, live, survive, and be king of that swamp. Now, this Honey Island swamp is fed by the Pearl River. Pearl River was named by French explorers when they saw pearls that dotted the river basin. Now, in this swampy river, you're going to find everything from, you'll find freshwater mussels, tupelo trees, birds, wild boars, alligators, turtles, and more kinds of creatures. Creeping, crawling, they're everywhere. Now, in 1974, hunters returned to this area. They were on a duck hunting trip. Now, these two hunters are quite experienced. While they're out there, they found several dead boars. The boars had their throats torn out. These boars were far from the water, so it's unlikely that they were killed by alligators. It dawned on these hunters that these boars were apparently victims of the creature that they'd spotted about 10 years earlier. They examined the area and they found the footprints again, three-toed, webbed. Upon finding these footprints, the hunters decided they were going to leave the swamp very quickly, much quicker than they'd come in. Later on, with some friends for support, they went back and they made a cast of the footprints. There was another hunter-fisherman that claimed to have seen these creatures. Now, this hunter on occasion had spotted these creatures. He'd seen the creatures and he had smelled the creatures. However, he felt that when he spotted these creatures, he didn't get that bad feeling, that evil feeling, like they were going to hurt him. So he didn't do anything. He could have killed them, but he didn't. Then one day, this gentleman took his boat into the swamp to set some trout lines. The gentleman was never seen again. Now, this creature stands at least 7.5 feet tall. Estimated weight is about 400 to 500 pounds. The honey swamp monster. Might be called the Wookiee in some places. Supposedly covered with thick coat of matted grayish-brown hair, have yellowish eyes, almost reptilian in shape, nature. One very prominent thing is the odor. This creature carries what they call an odor of death, a stench of death. Now, the swamp monster had been blamed for the loss of livestock, pets in the area. One hunter, a veteran hunter, hunted many nights and days in the swamps, knew every dangerous animal the swamp could harbor. One day he was on a trail near a watering hole. This hunter noticed what looked like the spoils of some kind of fatal fight for survival. The area was spattered with blood all over the ground. He crawled through the shrubbery into the other side of the watering hole and he found a wild boar. This boar was just killed and his throat ripped completely out. This hunter made copies of the tracks, gave the castings to the local game warden and to LSU College of Agriculture to be analyzed. But they could not identify exactly what kind of animal left these tracks. This hunter went back out. He set some cameras, trying to get pictures of this creature. He did manage to get a very brief picture of a bipedal creature, very faintly seen in the distance, roaming the woods. Now, many people wonder about why they never find remains of these creatures. In my opinion, these creatures are not from this world, not our world. They're from another dimension, perhaps a parallel universe. They're mainly found in the underground. When they travel in our Earth, they use the underground system. You don't think the underground is big enough for this system? There's a giant cave system inside of Georgia's Mount Liberia. The cave is known as the New Athos Cave. This cave holds a number of unbelievable features: underground rivers, large stalactites, stalagmites, deep ravines. This cave is so big they built a mini subway inside the cave so people could get around to see all the parts of this cave more easily and much faster. Now, I've talked to people that frequented caves for their hobby. They found some very, very strange, unusual things. One of them even said to have found frightening things. Found ample space underneath the ground. Said their room's so big, couldn't believe it. He was in one such room. He noticed over his head, being 6 foot tall and being able to reach about approximately 9 feet off the ground, it was at least 21 feet in height. And he noticed that at about the 15-foot level, there were deep, deep claw marks. Now, this rock was a different color than the ground they were standing on, yet by their feet, they could see shavings of the same color rock with the deep claw marks. The individual left that cave as fast as he could. It was a spot that they were thinking about making it a great place to have their caving club meet up, explore, and go from that point. But they decided that perhaps there's different caves, better caves. There are creatures in this world that you just do not want to meet. Not in the dark, not in the daylight. And definitely not alone and unarmed. Anyway, that's it for our honey swamp monster. Thank you all for listening. Please like, subscribe. Feel free to share with like-minded friends. Feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for your time for watching this video. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.